was allegedly taken away by security forces late night about 2 days back, and it was later found that these people were dead. Protests erupted then in the area as locals alleged that the lecturer here was killed by the forces. The villagers alleged that a patrol party entered the village in the night and they raided houses. They damaged property, also thrashed the locals. The army for the moment is assuring a probe now into the incident. This is what we are getting to hear from the locals.
Baskeras never patas tamam na thon free na thon puja ki thog me sirda puta bunya chidi me tuna shakore to asta sa thog ki garas me os ka je ban never asta di palla wala to ki mo besam transport wala to never pat mori pa jawan to bunya chidi ais back to pat ka dekte pa to pat kare sop ye na crack diyo as kare sop pat as kare pita ay shish na kuja pita mon sanan shish na kuja ti mes dagre menos caras nos que as pessoas
बड़ा ज्यादा मगर बाकाल लिहाज को नहीं दिमाग पर प्रेसिडेंट ऑफ इंडिया को उसमें फोटो ताश करते मगर लाते मगर प्रेसिडेंट ऑफ इंडिया उस फोटो उस लेक्चरर अच्छा गाड़ी नहीं आगी हम करें या पर गाड़ी नहीं आगी हम करें काम हमें जाम गड्ढास में नहीं आगी उसी जैसे था पाया तम से नहीं कारमस को खाके करें नहीं आग भाई गाड़ी दोनों शाबाश जैसे सोच कर मिस बिचारा चुन की मोल से मिस मोल भी तम से पर रहा हूँ मुझे हमारी इमाम थी क्या पहुँचने पड़े मुझे आग बज बिचारा आग बज लेक्चरर जी अड़ाग लेक्चरर 4 बजे 5 बजे गए अड़ाग लेक्चरर वो सुबह सोच 9 बजे दोनों शाबाश जैसे सोच एम्बुलेंस में लाश ये वो तक कौन सा दहशतगर्दी कराने
So those are some very agitated locals we've heard. Mir Farid also joining us live on this broadcast. And Farid, you know, incidents like these obviously will not make the situation any better. What is it that we are hearing from the army as to what really happened, and do they have any answers to these allegations? Okay, we'll connect with Farid quickly to get us that update. But remember, as you've just heard the locals there, it's the 43rd day of curfew and unrest in the valley, in the middle of which now we are reporting of an alleged death of a lecturer. You've heard from the victims here who essentially believe that the army really needs to answer for its excesses. We are also now listening into the reaction coming in from Lieutenant General Satish Dua.
There has been this incident last night that you mentioned. It is regrettable. It was a joint patrol which has gone there. Thereafter, one death has taken place. I'm aware of that. This happened this morning. So we are looking into it. It's too soon for me to be able to say anything, but I assure you that we have a due process of investigation which is kicked in whether or not anyone asks that inquiry of us. And we will look into the matter.
Other than that, are there any standing instructions to the units not to ensure that they do not really confront any law and order, because of course that's not the army's domain? Yeah. Any instructions that you have given to the units to ensure that minimum?
I must tell you that instructions to army soldiers are very clear. We do not get involved in the law and order situation at all. Wherever we go for patrolling, we take a law and order component along with us, be it police or CRPF or both. At several places, I have so many of my men admitted in hospitals because we've had people who've fractured their arms or have had sutures and stitches. There are so many injuries to army personnel also because we keep taking the hit of the stone pelters and we have nothing to respond. We don't have any non-lethal weapons to respond, and like I said, the instructions are very clear. We do take that hit, but we will not fire our rifles unless a man's life is at risk, a Jawan's life is at risk.
So that is the corps commander of the area essentially telling us more about the incident. Now let's also get in Amir Farid, who's joining us live on this broadcast. So you know, Farid, the corps commander here essentially saying that, listen, we have a principle of maximum restraint. He says that forces do not venture out without the help of the local police here. But what is the truth then in the allegations that we've heard from the locals here, and who's responsible for this lecturer's death?
Well, yes, Army, it seems the top brass has given clear instructions to the people on the ground to exercise maximum restraint. But then there are incidents like what has happened in Khrew, where an army patrol allegedly went into a village, went berserk, and in the night beat up people. So badly was one lecturer, 30-year-old lecturer, beaten, Shabir Ahmed, that he has lost his life. Several others are injured. Property has been damaged. So what these incidents do is they further vitiate the atmosphere. Now, the troops on the ground should be sensitized so as to they should de-escalate the tension rather than really help in escalating the matters. And that's a very worried Corps commander. Really, he spoke 2 times now yesterday. He made it clear that while there are instructions, but yes, this incident is regrettable. They'll hold an internal inquiry. And in fact, that's not the last incident. In fact, yesterday in the evening in the old city, in the Safakadal area, an ambulance was fired upon by CRPF. Ambulance driver was badly hit, but in spite of being injured, he took his patients to the hospital. He is himself in the hospital right now battling for life. So these incidents are really shocking and something that, of course, is not at all helping in really easing out the situation on the ground. Now, you already have very tense situation, and the state government can very well do without these incidents. But yes, something needs to be done from the top brass, because the impression that is going out is that there is some official backing to these measures, and that is the last thing that is needed.
Okay, and Fareed, you know, the army maintains that we've ordered a probe essentially to figure out the reasons behind this death. We trust you to get us more details on that story.